Ever since I got reunited with Emily and Mom, my life has been amazing. I am extremely lucky that I got reunited with them. Most children that get lost are never able to find their families again. So I'm really grateful that I was able to find them. Not everyone is as lucky as I was, so I always tell myself to be eternally grateful every single day. Me and Emily are trying to make up for all the years of our lives we missed together. We're trying to spend as much time as possible with each other. And with Mom too, of course. I really miss Dad, and what happened to him was really unfortunate. I wish I could get to see him one more time, but I can't, and it always makes me sad whenever I think about it.
Okay, all done, Susan. I think it's time to go to the adoption center now.
We're both ready, so let's go.
Susan and I just graduated from high school. We're in college now, and we're doing part-time jobs to earn more money. At first, it was hard for us to pick which part-time job we wanted, but Susan came up with the idea of working at the adoption center that saved us when we got separated from Mom as little kids. I have a really special place in my heart for that adoption center. If not for that adoption center, who knows what would have happened to us? Me and Susan would just be on the streets with no parents, no money, and no one to look after us. We were really fortunate that we got into the adoption center and eventually got adopted. I sometimes think about it a lot, and it makes me feel really happy, but also really grateful. I love my mom and Susan.
Bye-bye!
Hey, Emily and Susan. You're 5 minutes late today. You're gonna have to bring the cake for us next time.
Come on, it was only 5 minutes. There was traffic on the way here, and we left at the same time we always do. It was out of our control, so it shouldn't be our fault.
Sorry, but you know the rules, Susan. If an employee or intern comes late for work, they have to bring cake for everyone the next time they come in. It's a simple rule that everyone needs to follow. Sucks to be you, doesn't it?
All right, fine. We'll bring cake, but we'll bring the worst possible cake we can find. So, Me and Emily pretty much owe our lives to May and Ryan. May is the one that found us when we were crying on the streets, waiting for Mom to come back. Mom never came back, but May found us and wanted to help us out. She asked us why we were crying and where our mom was, and we told her she was gone and we were waiting for her. She couldn't stand to see us waiting like that. It had been about 30 minutes anyways, and Mom hadn't come back yet. So May decided to take us to the adoption center. Ryan broke the rules of the adoption center, and only kids that wanted to be adopted can stay at the adoption center. But since we didn't have anywhere else to stay, May and Ryan made an exception and let us stay there. After 2 weeks, Mom still never came back. So Emily decided we should get adopted. I always thank May and Ryan for helping us that time, every chance I get. If not for them, we wouldn't be here right now.
Well, I have been thinking about what you said, Susan, and that wasn't very nice of you. Maybe we should try to make a new rule for everyone. If you have to bring a cake, you have to bring the best cake you can find at the store. You're not allowed to bring a cake that doesn't look like and taste fresh. Got it?
So you're just going to keep making new rules from thin air? Please, I give up.
Anyways, Carol's been waiting for you. She was asking where you were, Susan. She says she misses you a lot.
Aw, that's so sweet. Come on, Emily, let's go and see her right now.
There you are! I was missing you a lot.
Oh, I missed you too. How's it going? How were the past few days for you?
Pretty boring. No one wants to adopt me. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to stay here, but I really want to have a family.
Carol is pretty much Susan's favorite kid at the adoption center. I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but me and Susan have spent most of our time with Carol out of all the other kids here, especially Susan. She and Carol got really close. Carol's been here for several months now, and she still hasn't found anyone that wants to adopt her yet. It's honestly really sad because she's a really sweet girl, and I'm sure she would brighten up the house or whatever family she went to. I really hope she finds someone soon.
Don't worry, Carol. I'm sure you'll find somebody eventually. You just need to be patient. Me and Emily were once in your place too.
I really, really hope so. I'm getting tired of waiting. Maybe no one likes me because I'm always playing outside, so I get dirty, or maybe no one wants me. I don't know.
Carol, that's not true at all. Never say that again. You are the most adorable girl I know, all right? Everything is going to be okay. I promise you that.
Thank you, Susan. It really means a lot to me.
Wow, we really didn't have a lot of work to do today. To be honest, I expected a lot of work. Oh well, we were 5 minutes late to the meeting, so we need to bring cake the next time we go. Remember, Susan, we have to bring cake tomorrow for everyone. Do you want to go to the store and get cake right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's go get the cake.
Okay. Susan, are you alright? You look really down. Did something happen?
I'm just thinking about Carol. Looking at her makes me remember what we both had to go through when we were kids, but for her it's even worse. We had a mom we were looking for, but she doesn't have parents at all. She doesn't remember anything about her family because of her brain injury, so yeah, I'm sad. She doesn't remember anything and she doesn't have any family. It makes me remember how badly I wanted Mom to find us when we both were in the adoption center, but she never came. I just know what she's going through right now.
I can understand, Susan, and you're right. It really sucks what she had to go through, but as long as she's in the adoption center and as long as we both are there for her, she's going to be alright. You made her a promise, didn't you? You promised that you would stay by her side until she got adopted. And even after she got adopted, you would still be close to her, right?
Yeah, also, speaking of that, I've been thinking about something, and I never really brought it up because I didn't know how you or Mom would react to it. But what if Mom adopted Carol?
That's actually not such a bad idea, but I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Mom about it. If she's okay with adopting her, then we can bring her to our house. It's not a bad idea at all. Let's ask Mom when we get home.
So you like the idea? That's perfect. That's what I was hoping for. I was afraid you or Mom might not like the idea, so I never brought it up.
Susan, whose car was that outside? I've never seen that car outside before.
I don't know. Let's ask Mom. Maybe she got a new car.
So, did you like our date today?
Oh yeah, I definitely did. I always lose track of time when I'm with you, Katie. You're literally perfect in every way. God, I just love you so much.
You're making me blush green.
Mom? Who is that?
Oh, Susan, Emily, you're back from work earlier than expected.
Not really. We always come home at this time after work. Anyways, who's he?
Oh, he's Grain. I've been wanting to introduce him to you for a while now, but he's my boyfriend. You haven't met each other yet, have you?
Are these the girls? Oh, Katie's told me a lot of things about you two. She told me the whole story, and it's actually pretty crazy. The fact that you guys got all reunited after so many years, honestly, it made me tear up. The odds of something like that happening are almost impossible, but it happened, and you're all together now. I honestly started crying when I heard the story.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Anyways, Mom, I needed to talk to you about something, so can me and Emily talk to you alone?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on, come into my room, Grain. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, wait, before we ask her what we came to ask, Mom, you have a boyfriend? And you didn't even tell us? Did you get over Dad that easily?
I was gonna tell you today, actually. And wait, what do you mean, get over your dad that easily? He's been gone for over a decade now. I know you both really miss him, because I do too. There's not a single day that goes by where I don't remember him. But I can't live alone for the rest of my life. I need a partner, and I'm sure that Harry would want me to find someone else too.
But you didn't even bother to ask us before you went out and dated him. I don't want a new father. And I don't know. He just doesn't seem like a good guy. The way he was talking, I felt uneasy about him. Mom, our family is fine with just the three of us.
Emily, I already told you that I can't live alone anymore. I need a partner, and Grain is going to be my partner. I've already made my decision.
Fine then, do whatever you want.
Why is she so angry about it? I don't understand.
Okay, Mom, we can talk about Grain later because I have a lot of things to say about him too. But I wanted to ask you about something else. There's a kid in the adoption center that I've gotten really close to, and no one wants to adopt her, so I was wondering if you could adopt her yourself.
Oh, well, I don't see why not. I think it's a great idea.
Oh my god, really? That's perfect. Oh, thank you so much, Mom. I love you.
Yes, me and Grain can adopt her.
Yeah, about that, I'm with Emily on this one. I don't think Grain is the right man for you. There's just something about him that makes me feel uneasy.
I don't want your opinion, Susan. I've made my decision.
Oh, well, at least she agreed to adopt Carol. I should go and deliver the good news to Carol. Emily, what's wrong? You look really sad.
Aren't you sad too? Why does Mom have a boyfriend now? We've had this conversation with her several times before, and we've always told her that we don't want anyone to replace Dad. But she still went ahead and started dating Grain, and she never even told us. She probably would have never told us if we didn't catch them by surprise yesterday. She should have kept it a secret till the very end. She would probably only tell us when she got married to him. It annoys me so much.
We should try to talk to Mom about this again, but yeah, I get how you feel. I don't have a good feeling about this either, and Mom really shouldn't be dating him. Anyways, Mom agreed to adopt Carol. Isn't that great?
Oh, really? She agreed? Well, at least she did something right. I'm super happy that she agreed. That means we can adopt Carol and bring her to our home.
Yes, exactly. Come on, let's go and tell her. Hey, Carol. I have some really exciting news to share with you. I'm sure you're gonna like it a lot.
Oh, what is it, Susan? What's the news?
Me and Emily have decided that we're going to adopt you into our family.
Oh my gosh. No way. Really? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much.
We love you too, Carol. From now on, you're welcome to our family. And Mom is going to come to the adoption center any minute now to sign all the necessary papers. And then you're officially going to be our little sister. We're so happy you're going to be a part of our family.
I've been waiting to have a family for so long. Thank you so much.
All right, Carol. Welcome to our house. This is the house you'll be staying at. Do you like it?
It's really pretty. It's such a big house. It's much bigger than the adoption center, and it looks much prettier too. I really like it. It's amazing.
I'm glad you like it. We've been living in the same house for quite a while now, and we've gotten really attached to it. So we don't plan on leaving this house anytime soon.
We'll stay here forever in this amazing house then. I love you, Susan, Emily, and Mom.
I'm glad you like the house, Carol. If there's anything you need, just ask me, all right? Ask me if you have any questions or if you need anything.
Hey, babe, do you want to go out for a movie tonight? What? Wait a minute. Who's that girl?
Oh, Grain! I forgot to tell you about Carol. We just adopted her from the Brookhaven Adoption Center. Carol was struggling to find any parents that wanted to adopt her at the adoption center, so she had to stay there for a long time. Emily and Susan worked part-time at that adoption center. Susan got really close to Carol, so she came up with the idea of adopting her into our family. She had suggested the idea to me, and I really liked it. She's so cute, isn't she?
Katie, don't you think you should have asked me before you adopted a new child? We're planning on getting married soon, so if you want to adopt someone, I would think you would at least discuss it with me.
Well, I just thought you would agree for sure, so I thought it wouldn't be necessary to tell you. She's such a sweet child after all.
Wait a minute. What? You're already planning on getting married? Mom, how much stuff have you been hiding from us? Seriously, this is too much. When did marriage come into the picture?
Emily, I was going to tell you eventually.
Katie, I'm really sorry, but if that kid's staying in this family, then I can't marry you. 3 kids, it's too much. 2 was already a lot, but now you went ahead and adopted another child. This isn't gonna work.
What? Grain, you didn't really mean to do that, do you?
I do, Katie. I can't take care of 3 kids. I'm sorry. My last marriage ended in a divorce because of a fight because of our kids. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. You either return Carol to the adoption center or I'm gone. And that's my final decision.
Grain, don't say that! You can't be serious. I can't just go and return Carol to the adoption center. I just adopted her. She doesn't have any parents. Please try to understand.
I've made up my mind, Katie. If you can't return her to the adoption center, then I'm leaving. Goodbye.
No, Grain, wait! Please, wait!
See, Mom? I told you he wasn't the right man for you. He left you in an instant and he didn't even look back. He didn't have any love in his eyes either. He just walked out.
I'm really sorry, both of you, but I'll have to return Carol to the adoption center.
Carol, don't cry. Mom doesn't mean that. Isn't that right, Mom?
Mom, you're not serious, are you? You're going to return Carol to the adoption center for that man? What do you even see in him that's so special? Why do you even like him so much? From what I see, he doesn't love you at all. He just wants a woman to be with. He doesn't want the responsibility of taking care of children. That's probably why he got a divorce in the first place.
Mind your language, Susan. You can't talk about him like that in front of me. You don't know anything about Grain, but I do. I've known him for way longer than the both of you combined. I know him better than anyone else.
Mom, I'm really sorry, but I agree with Susan here. Me and Susan can see it really clearly. He's not the right man for you. No one can replace Dad. You probably weren't able to see his red flags because you were so desperate to find a partner.
I thought I told you to mind your language. Don't speak about him like that.
Tell me, Mom, was he reluctant to stay with you after you told him you had 2 daughters?
Well, yes, he didn't like the idea, but I managed to convince him eventually. It took me a lot of effort to convince him, and he had certain conditions, but he eventually agreed.
Conditions? What conditions did he have?
He said that taking care of you both would not be his responsibility and that I would have to do it all by myself. He wouldn't spend any time with you both, and you both were never supposed to find out that I married him. It was supposed to be a secret forever.
What? Are you serious right now, Mom? And you agreed to those conditions? How could you? It's so clear that he's not a good person if you just think about those conditions for a few seconds. He's not willing to accept our daughters? He didn't even want you to tell your daughters about your own marriage. What kind of a man asks for those kinds of conditions? This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Emily, but I really love him. I'm returning Carol to the adoption center. I have no other choice.
No, Mom, you're not returning her. I'm taking her somewhere safe. She won't bother you. But there's no way I'm letting you return her. No way.
Susan, wait! Where are you going? Susan, come back!
I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm going with Susan too. I'll keep in touch with you, but I really hope you make the right decision. That man is not a good person. You need to break up with him.
Emily, come back! Both of you! Emily, Susan, get back here!
Thank you so much for helping me, Mom. I didn't know where else to take her, so I brought her here. Can you please keep her here until me and Emily settle all the issues with her mom?
Yes, of course. I can keep her here for as long as you want. I'm going to treat her like she's my real daughter. Carol is your name, right? Carol, you can get anything you want. Okay? Literally anything. Don't be shy or anything, all right? Treat this like you would treat your actual home.
Okay.
Everything's going to be okay, Carol. I promise. Thank you so much, Rose. We really appreciate it.
I'm going to take a look around.
I'm glad I could help you. I've been really missing Susan ever since she left. After she found her real mom, the house felt so empty. But I'm really happy for her. I'm glad I can spend at least some time with her right now. We text each other and call, but seeing her makes me happier.
I miss you a lot too, Mom. You should drop by your house sometime.
Yes, definitely. But you still haven't explained to me what's actually happening at your house. Why did you have to bring Carol here?
Mom is madly in love with this stupid guy named Grain, but we know he's not a good person. Mom just doesn't believe us, and it looks like she never will. Grain told her that if Carol stays in the house, he's going to break up with her, and he left the house after that. And Mom then decided she was going to return Carol to the adoption center so that Grain doesn't break up with her. But me and Emily were against it, so I got the idea of bringing Carol here. Now, we just need to find a way to convince Mom that Grain isn't a good person.
I'm not sure how, but we'll just have to make it even more clear to her that he's not the right man for her. We need to do something that'll expose Grain's true nature and show who he really is to Mom.
But how do we do that? I mean, we don't even know anything about him except his name, and we don't know where he's going to be or anything like that.
It's simple. We just need to talk to Mom about it and ask her. We'll ask her to take us to meet him, and then we'll try to come up with a strategy to expose Grain.
I don't know, Emily. It's easier said than done. And what kind of strategy are you even talking about? How are we going to expose
We
him?
both know that he doesn't like children. That's why he divorced his previous wife. He didn't even want us to be in the family, and he only wanted to marry Mom. Mom knows that already, but she's just blind to it because she's so desperate to marry him. If we can find a way to expose Grain's personality, then it could work.
Whatever you say, Emily. I guess it's better than nothing.
How about we all sit down and talk about this? I'm sure you girls are hungry. I'll make hamburgers for you all. So just wait at the table, okay?
Yay! Hamburgers!
Hey, Susan, you called? What's up? Is everything okay? It's been a while since we last talked. What are you up to?
Nothing much. I'm glad to see you here. But, yeah, I've just been going through some problems at my house, and I might need your help, actually.
Of course. I would be more than happy to help you. What's the problem?
Okay, we adopted a girl from the adoption center today. Her name is Carol, but Mom didn't want to keep her in the house. And it's a long story, but basically, Mom has a new toxic boyfriend now. She was never even going to tell us about him, and she was going to keep it a secret forever. The only reason we found out is because we unexpectedly came home at just the right time to see them both together. And then, Mom had no choice but to tell us. And I'm telling you, that man is not a good person, and he's definitely not the man for my mom. He wouldn't let us keep Carol in the house. I mean, so since I can't keep Carol at home, I brought her to my stepmom's house. This isn't a long-term solution, though. She can't just stay with my stepmom forever, and I absolutely cannot return her to the adoption center because that would just shatter her heart.
I understand what you mean, Susan. From all the years that we've been friends together, I know how much of a kind-hearted and caring person you are. So I'm not surprised that you care for Carol so much. That's what I love about you the most.
Thank you, Bruce. It really means a lot to me. Carol is really sad right now because she wasn't accepted into our actual home, but maybe you can go and try cheering her up. I'll let you know if I need any more help from you.
Of course. I'm really good with kids. Kids love me, you know.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really sure about that, Bruce. Anyways, I need to leave now. Me and Emily are trying to come up with a plan to make Mom realize that Grain isn't actually the right man for her. If we can make her realize that, then Carol can finally come home. And Emily is really annoyed at Mom for trying to replace Dad, which I completely understand. I also understand Mom's point of view since she doesn't want to be alone, and she's been alone all by herself for several years before we reunited, and she probably really wants to have a partner, which I can completely understand. But if she's really going to have a partner, she needs to choose a better man than Grain. This is just so frustrating. I really hope she opens her eyes to the kind of man he really is.
I hope so too. I'm sure you and Emily will be able to figure something out. If you need any more help from my side, you know where to find me. You can always ask me if you need help for anything. Literally anything, and I'll always be there to help. I'm just a phone call away.
Thank you so much, Bruce. All right, goodbye. I'm going to miss you a lot.
Absolutely not! I am not going to let you two come with me. If you both come with me, then he's definitely not going to listen to me. Like I said earlier, he doesn't like children. He doesn't want to have any children in our family in the first place. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to convince you about you both?
I have a question for you, Mom. If he asks you to leave me and Susan, are you going to leave us?
What kind of question is that? Grain would never ask me to do anything like that. He's not that kind of person, Emily. You both really don't know what you're talking about, do you? You don't understand the kind of person he is.
All right. Let's just go and talk to him. It's almost time for us to meet up. We'll see what happens when we get there and start talking. All right? Is that fair?
Fine, Mom. You really are blind right now. I really hope you're able to see the real picture soon.
So did you return Carol to the adoption center? That was the deal. You bring her back first, and only then I'll come back to the house and start talking to you again.
I didn't return her to the adoption center, Grain. But she's not at the house anymore. She's somewhere else, so you won't have to worry about her.
I hate how Mama's saying that. She should be trying to defend Carol. This is crazy.
All right, fair enough. I can start talking to you again then, but our conditions for the twins need to be discussed again since, well, they both know about our relationship now.
What? What do you mean? What else is there to discuss?
Before we continue, I need to ask Grain a question. Have you ever told Mom about your previous marriage and why it ended the way it did?
No, I didn't. I didn't think it was necessary to tell her, and I only told her the basic stuff.
So, if you're going to marry Mom, don't you think she should know about these kinds of things before the marriage? You're not supposed to be keeping secrets from your partner if you plan on marrying them, right?
You're right, Grain. You've never told me about your previous marriage, even though I've asked you about it several times. You always told me it was something personal, and that's why you didn't want to share it with me. But I think it's about time you shared it with me. What's the story?
It's a really sad story, and it's the only reason why I haven't told you about it yet. My wife, my kids, they all went against me. It started with my wife. She only married me for my money. It's all she cared about, nothing else. A few years after we got married, business wasn't doing so well anymore. Wasn't making enough. Wife started caring about me less because of it. She really only cared about the money. She didn't see the need to stay with me anymore, and she convinced our kids to team up against me. And suddenly I was the bad guy in front of the kids. We eventually got divorced because of that. She got custody of both of them.
Oh my God, Grain. I'm so sorry to hear that. I should have never asked you to talk about this. I'm really sorry. I really am.
Are you actually serious right now, Mom? It's so obvious that he's lying. I mean, those tears are so fake too. Can you seriously not see that? It's so obvious that he's only pretending to cry.
If you don't start minding your language from now on, Susan, we're going to have a serious discussion.
She's right, Mom. There are so many things wrong with his story. First of all, if his wife only married him for his money, then why would she want to take custody of the children? Wouldn't she just leave him and the children? The entire family? If the only thing she cared about was money, just think about it for a second and you'll realize he's lying.
I've had enough of you two. You both are either going to leave from here or just stop talking entirely. No buts.
Order number 34 for Miss Katie.
I'm going to get my order. I'll be right back. Emily, Susan, you better start behaving.
Listen, you two. You both need to stay out of my way. Everything was going so smoothly until you both showed up. And now you're in my way, and I don't like that. And if you don't stop, things are only gonna get worse for you two.
So I was right. You were lying after all. You liar. I won't let you have Mom. And what are you even after? Why are you trying to marry Mom?
Isn't it obvious? I'm obviously marrying her for her money. The story of her getting reunited with you two is trending on social media. She got so much attention and money from that. Oh God, it's crazy to start thinking about how much money she has. They even made a documentary on the story. Oh, and let's not forget, she already had a lot of money to begin with. And now she has even more. Who wouldn't want that kind of money?
We'll expose you. I won't let you take Mom away from us. Never.
Well, good luck with that. I don't know if you've noticed, but she's already madly in love with me. And there's nothing you can do to change that.
We'll see about that.
sorry I'm late, everyone. They prepared the wrong pizza for us. You must be all so hungry. All right, now that the food's here, we all just need to sit together and eat, all right? Let's just forget about all our problems for now and just enjoy the food in front of us, okay?
I can't believe how Mom is so relaxed right now. It's driving me crazy. She's being played by Grain. This is crazy.
Okay, Mom. Let's just enjoy the food for now. Emily, is everything okay? You just got up and left your food on the table, and I know you're angry, but don't let Grain get to your head.
No, everything is not okay. We should have recorded a video of him saying those things and shown the video to Mom. What were we thinking? I'm so mad.
We should have, but it was so unexpected to hear the truth from Grain that I forgot about taking a video of him, and I'm sorry, Emily, and I don't know what to do right now.
Well, we know that the story he told us about where his wife divorced him was fake, right? We just need to find out the truth. We just need to find who his ex-wife is and talk to her. Then Mom will know for sure that Grain is a liar.
And how on earth are we going to do that? You're saying it like it's a piece of cake.
I thought you of all people would know how to ask.
Wait, you mean Bruce? Well, I suppose that could work. He's pretty good with computers, so he might be able to find her online.
Yes, plus you both will get to spend more time together that way too.
Why are you talking like that? And what's that smirk on your face?
Oh, nothing, Susan, nothing at all. I'm just waiting for when you both are going to start dating each other.
It's nothing like that. We don't have feelings for each other. We're just friends, that's all. We're never going to date.
That's what they all say. Never say never, Susan. I can guarantee that you both are going to end up dating.
Why are we even talking about this? That's not like the important thing right now. We need to go to Bruce and talk to him about how we can find Grain's ex-wife.
You're right. Let's go now.
Huh? So you want me to find that man online and figure out who his ex-wife is? Won't that get us into trouble? That's like stalking, isn't it? I thought something bad happened at home since you called me in the middle of the night.
I know it's late, but we have no time to waste. Please, Bruce, you have to help us. This is like an exception. He told me straight to my face that he's only going to marry my mom for her money, and I can't let him do that. I really need to save my mom, and I need to save our family. I have to expose Grain no matter what. So please, Bruce, please help me find him, and I'll do anything you want.
All right. There's no need for that. I'll help you, Susan. You're my best friend after all.
Thank you so much. All right, let's find him then.
Well, he almost definitely has Facebook, so we can start there.
Stop it, Emily.
Susan, you're back!
Hey, Carol, how have you been? Has Mom been taking good care of you?
Yes, Aunt Rose has been super nice to me, and Bruce too. He's been taking good care of me. By the way, are you both girlfriend and boyfriend?
Huh? What? No. Carol, you have it all wrong. We're just friends, okay? Friends.
Look at you blushing. I've never seen you blush this much. I'll never forget this, Susan.
Shut up, Bruce. I'm not blushing. Did you even figure out who his ex-wife is yet?
I can see everything really clearly, Susan. You're in love with him, aren't you?
What are you talking about? What do you mean you can see everything? You're just a little girl, Carol. You're too young to be talking about love. Carol, Emily!
All right, settle down. Susan, I know you're worried about your mom, but don't forget to take a break. You're too worried and too stressed. If you're going to expose Grain, then you can't let him wrap you around his finger. Remember to stay calm, all right? Now, I'll continue searching for him. We can't afford to get distracted.
Thank you, Bruce. I'm just so angry that Mom can't even see what Grain is up to. We wouldn't have to do this in the first place if Mom just listened to me and Emily.
Okay, so these are all the people named Grain on Facebook. There's quite a lot of them. Susan, I want you to look at all the faces and tell me which one is the Grain that you're looking for.
That's him! That's the Grain we're looking for!
Wow, I can just tell by looking at his face what kind of a person he is. His face is actually kind of scary. Ugh. Anyways, let's see his profile now and find out who his ex-wife is.
Susan, why are you going through so much trouble for me? Maybe you should just return me to the adoption center.
What? Carol, what are you saying? How could you say that?
You had to leave your house because of me, and your mom had a fight with her boyfriend because of me too. I don't want to be one of your problems, so maybe you should just return me to the adoption center. You're still going to work there, so we can see each other almost every single day. It's okay, I don't mind it.
Carol, never say that again. I love you and you're my little sister. I chose to adopt you into our family, all right? You're never going to be a problem to me, and you're not to blame for all the problems that we've been having. It is not your fault. It's Grain's fault, not yours. Don't make yourself feel guilty for it, all right?
Are you sure? Because I don't like the idea of you leaving your own house just for me.
Carol, this is my house too, and look, you don't have to worry about anything. I promise you that everything is going to be all right. You're going to be a part of our family, and I promise you that. We just need to deal with Grain first, and we're going to do that very soon. We're getting very close.
All right, I found her. His ex-wife. I found her. I'll send you all her details on Instagram.
Whoa, seriously? That was fast. You're really good at this, Bruce. Susan wasn't kidding when she said you were good with computers.
I mean, I didn't really do anything special. I just looked up his Facebook profile and started going through his friends list. You could have done it yourself too. But hey, I'm glad you asked me to help you. I'm glad I could be of help.
You're the best, Bruce.
Yes, you really are the best, Bruce.
All right, so now we just need to find this woman and ask about what really happened. Once we find out the truth, we can tell Mom about it, and then she'll finally open her eyes.
Sounds like a plan. But if you're expecting me to find her address for you, I'm not going to do that. I won't go that far into stalking someone. But on her Facebook profile, it says that she works at a company, so we can just go there to visit her.
You already helped us so much, Bruce, and it's okay. I don't want you to get into more trouble, all right? Me and Emily will find her at the company she works at. That works too. So, what are the opening hours of the company? When can we go in tomorrow?
Opening hours are from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we should be at her workplace as early as possible. She'll probably be working there, so I'm not sure if she'll be free to talk. But hey, it doesn't hurt to try. We should get some sleep so we can wake up early. I'll come with you both too.
We found Grain's Facebook profile and figured out who his ex-wife is. We also figured out that his ex-wife works there at that company. Now all that's left to do is save Mom.
Yes, exactly. We couldn't have done this without Bruce, and Bruce is the one that figured it all out, and he's the one that found their Facebook profiles. He deserves all the credit, and we couldn't have done this without you, Bruce.
It really wasn't that much work at all, but all right.
All right, let's go and find out the truth. We're not gonna come back until we learn the truth about Grain. Miss June, I just wanted to talk to you about something.
Hi there. How do you know my name? Have we met before?
I know this is going to feel really awkward, but I want to talk to you about a certain person. His name is Grain. There's something really important that we want to know about him. If you're free right now, then can we have a few minutes to talk?
Grain. I haven't heard that name in a while. Well, I'm not free right now, but I can take a coffee break in an hour. We can talk after that, all right? Please, sit down and wait until then. So, what do you want to know about Grain, and why?
Okay, so basically, our mom started dating Grain, and she plans on marrying him, but we found out that Grain isn't a good person, and he said that he was only dating Mom so he could eventually get her money. He said it straight to our faces, and now we're trying to figure out a way to make Mom open her eyes and realize that Grain is not a good person, but we have no idea how to do that, and we were wondering if you would know anything about Grain since you were his ex-wife.
How did you find out that I was his ex-wife? Did he tell you, or did you stalk me on social media to find out?
Well, Fine. We'll be completely honest. We found Grain's Facebook profile and then eventually found your profile too. But I promise that we didn't look at any of your personal posts or anything. We just wanted to find out how you looked and where we could find you. We really wanted to save our mom, but she's not willing to listen to us. We're only doing all of this to save Mom, I promise.
You're right about Gray not being a nice person because he definitely isn't. He's the exact opposite. He didn't even want to marry me. It makes me so angry just thinking about him. He was only interested in his business and earning more money. He never cared about me or his children. As our children started growing up, he said that he spent a lot of money on them because of their school fees and other things. He said he wanted to make more money, but me and his children were holding him back from making more money. So he was about to give our children up to the adoption center. I was obviously not gonna let that happen, and that's when we had a really big fight. He ended up divorcing me shortly after that, and now here I am.
He was about to give his own kids to the adoption center just so he can make more money. Did you hear that, Susan? If he marries your mom, then he'll ruin her life. It would be a different story if he really wasn't able to pay for their education at all, but this is just crazy.
Miss June, can you please talk to my mom about this? Can you please tell her how Grain treated you?
I don't know. I don't think I should. This isn't my business or my problem after all. I really don't think it would be right for me to step in. It just doesn't feel right.
Please think about it for a second. If you decide to step in, then you can save my mom's life. My mom is about to be tricked and betrayed by that man. She thinks he actually loves and cares about her, but he's only using her to get richer. You have the chance to save my mom, so I really want you to do it. There's no other way we can prove that Grain is a bad person to Mom. There is literally no other way. Please think about it.
Okay, I guess you have a point. If your mom doesn't find out soon, she'll marry him and realize it's too late. I won't let him take advantage of an innocent woman and steal all her money. All right then, I'll help you. Although it isn't my business, I'll still help you. But please promise me that you won't stalk me on Facebook again, okay?
Okay, we promise. We were just desperate this time, so we took desperate measures. Thank you so much for helping us, Miss June. Now, it's time to kick Grain out of Mom's life.
Grain, I've been doing everything that you've wanted me to do for the past few days. I agreed to do it on your conditions too. So all you have to say is yes, I do.
Yeah, I think it's about time, Katie. Now look, before I agree to marry you, I am not going to change the condition of me not seeing your daughters or being responsible for them. I'm not gonna pay for their education or give them my money no matter what happens, alright? I'm not gonna be a part of their lives. It's just gonna be me and you. Did you understand everything I just said, Katie? I'll let you think about this again.
No! I have decided, Grain. I understand. I got it. So, are you ready to be my husband? Are you ready to spend your whole life with me?
I love you, Katie. I'm ready. I think we're gonna be the best couple in Brookhaven.
Then, will you take me as your lawfully wedded wife?
Not so fast.
No, not you girls again. Girls, listen. We finally discussed all of our issues now. Everything is fine now. There is nothing to worry about. So please don't say or do something stupid that will ruin the entire moment, all right? Just leave.
Mom, he's a liar, a cheater. He's only marrying you for your money.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough. You need to apologize to him right now.
She has proof, Mom, and we're going to reveal his true colors today, once and for all. Miss June, please come here.
Oh my God! Oh my God, June, what are you doing here?
Huh? Who's June? Grain, do you know this woman?
What? No, Katie, no, of course not. No, I don't know any June. Who are you? Have we met before?
If you don't know who she is, then why were you so shocked to see her? And you asked her what she's doing here as if you know her and weren't expecting her here?
So now you think I'm lying? I didn't expect this from you, Katie. I'm not a liar. I'm telling you, I don't know who June is.
Mom, June is Grain's ex-wife. The story that Grain told you about his wife only marrying him for his money and then leaving him when his business started to fail is a big lie. He has been lying to you from the start, and Miss June will tell you the truth.
The truth is that our marriage never felt like a marriage. I was always neglected by him, and so were the children. The only thing he cared about his entire life was money and nothing else. He was obsessed with money. He was obsessed with it so much to the point where he was willing to give our children to the adoption center just so he can decrease the amount of money spent on their education and on other things our children wanted. All he ever cared about is making more money and more profits. He never cared about our family, never. He always neglected me. It was like I didn't even exist.
And that's not all, Mom. He said straight to our faces that he's only dating you for the money that you got after our story went viral. He only cares about that money. He doesn't love you.
Girls, what are you saying? Grain, is this true? Is that woman your ex-wife? Don't say that you don't know her, because I know that that's not true. I know that you know her. I know you do.
All right, I'll tell you the truth. June's my ex-wife, but...
What? Why did you give me a fake story? Why did you lie to me about your marriage? And why did you tell Emily and Susan that they were only marrying me for money?
I didn't. It's all lies. I'm telling you, it's all lies. Katie, I love you.
I should have listened to my daughters a long time ago. That's it, Grain. I'm breaking up with you. You can find some other girl yourself. Get lost.
Katie, wait, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please, come back. Forgive me. Come back here.
I'm really sorry for doubting you girls. I'm really sorry. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just wasn't thinking straight. I just really wanted to have a partner, so I ignored all of Grain's red flags. I feel awful, and I'm really sorry for trying to send Carol back to the adoption center. It's all my fault. You were right, girls. No one can replace your dad.
It's all right, Mom. At least you've realized your mistake now.
Well, if you think about it now, you can still find a partner for yourself, Mom. I know you feel really lonely these days, so there's nothing wrong with trying to look for a new partner. But please make sure you don't date another Grain.
All right then. I guess this means we can finally bring Carol back home. She's been waiting outside for a while now.
Oh yes, please bring her back in. Carol, welcome back. I'm really sorry about how I treated you earlier, but I promise it won't happen again. And I'm actually a really caring mother, and I'm going to prove it to you. Once again, I'm really sorry for everything.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well then, this story has quite a happy ending, doesn't it?
It sure does, Bruce. But thank you so much for all your help. We really couldn't have done it without you, and I owe you everything. You helped us save Mom from Grain, and I won't ever be able to repay you.
Oh, you can actually repay me by going out with me for coffee tonight. How's that sound?
Oh, wow. That was really smooth. So you're asking me out?
Maybe I am.
All right then. I'll see you at the cafe tonight, 8 p.m.
Sure, that works.